Welcome back, guys, to Sistership Heals. My name's Leanne. So this week, it's been coming through. I've been channeling a lot of fear. People's fear I've been picking up. So I wanted to address that today. I think for the last 2 weeks, we've been getting the same energy come out in terms of taking that leap of faith. So some of you have already done that, taken a leap of faith in yourself, and there's others that are still feeling a bit stuck or a bit wary and worried about moving forward on their path that they're choosing to do. So I wanted to speak about fear. Spirit's telling me to speak about fear this week. So if you're new here to the channel, welcome. I'll start off with my channeled messages and then we'll move into the oracle cards for the week. What is the energy for this week in terms of moving forward? Okay. So dear beautiful souls, there comes a moment in everyone's journey where the path forward disappears into mystery, where no external map can guide you and no one else can walk it for you. It's a sacred space between the known and the unknown that fear often arises. But what if I told you that fear, especially the kind that arises in the moments of growth, is an illusion? From a spiritual lens, fear is not seen as an enemy, but as a teacher, a gatekeeper. It shows up when you're approaching transformation, not because you're in danger, but because you're in a moment of remembering your power. You see, as humans, we were only born with two natural fears, the fear of death and the fear of pain. These are primal, built to protect our bodies. Every other fear of failure, judgment, success, visibility, or not being enough was learned, inherited, and conditioned. And what is learned can be unlearned. I know how loud fear can be. It whispers doubts, replays old wounds, tells stories about why you're not ready or you're not good enough. But fear, though it is so real, although it feels so real, it is not your truth. It is a shadow, not the substance. Your spirit, on the other hand, is eternal, powerful, and divinely made. And when you listen closely, it will guide you. When you move past fear and into trust, something incredible happens. Not only do you liberate yourself, but you become a beacon for others. You shift the frequency of the collective. You remind the world of what is possible when we stop letting illusions run the show. You are not being called to be fearless. You're being called to move anyway, to walk with your heart wide open, to let the unknown be a canvas rather than a threat. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just know that you just be willing to take the next step, even with trembling hands. I want you to know your courage doesn't go unnoticed. The divine sees you. The angels cheer for you. Your ancestors smile at your boldness. Every time you choose to show up for yourself, to speak your truth, to follow that quiet inner voice, you are living your purpose. So take the leap, dear one. Fall into the arms of the unseen. Trust that the net will appear, or better yet, that you were born with wings. With unwavering faith in you, Leanne. Okay, so let's get into some oracle cards, some messages for you guys, and see what comes out, maybe relating to fear or what you're doing at the moment, where you're at. So let's see what your spirit animal is this week. Spirit animal, spirit, ancestors and guides. Guide the community and what they need to hear this week. What spirit animal? Intuitive you got. There we go. And you've got a loon, although I would call it a duck. This loon, it says, listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So again, like I was saying in my channeled messages, what you're doing is not going unseen. Spirit sees your bravery and is asking you to just take time out from the busy life so you can have time to reflect and see what direction you need to go on. See where you can take this leap of faith of yourself and move forward, feeling the fear anyway, but moving forward and being courageous on your journey, using your intuition to guide you, because it's all about, taking stock and reflecting and seeing what your inner wisdom is saying and where it's guiding you towards on your path. What else should we do next? Let's do this one. Any more messages for the community spirit? What do they need to hear this week? None seem to want to fall out for you. Spirit wants me to choose. Oh, let's see. Empowerment. There we go. Empower yourself. Empower yourself with positive beliefs. So again, it's about believing in yourself, walking through the fear anyway, knowing that you're going to be fine, that you're either born with wings or there's going to be a safety net for you. Spirit is not going to let you fall. Okay? Spirit is there for you, and you just need to listen. Take time out and listen to that inner wisdom that you have. Adventure. Embrace new experiences and adventure. Okay? You've got some good stuff on the horizon here. If your heart is open and you're willing, you'll see the opportunities that are presenting themselves to you. And it's saying to open your eyes with curiosity. Open your eyes with curiosity and see the new experiences and adventures await for you. Life is or will be improving, definitely. What is your angel card? What is your angel card for this week, Spirit? What do they need to take on board? And I remember one of my biggest fears that I had to face and walk through was when I was getting a divorce and I had to start afresh with 4 children, start afresh and everything. And I thought, what was what was next in my life? What was next? How will the children be? How do I move forward and start again? But literally after just taking that first step of, okay, this is what I need to do to protect me and my children, to move forward and come out of this situation in terms of starting afresh, having a new, moving to a new location, new school, new job. I cut everything out in order to start afresh. And I realised that was the best thing for me and my children. And what I did was, to start me off in terms of my healing, I had a lot of affirmations, and I read a lot of Bible verses as well. What do they need to hear, Spirit? You got abundance, 888. Can you see that? There we go. So it says, blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest self, you attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. So what you are wanting is seeking you. This came up last week as well, guys. Believe in yourself. Move forward with that fear anyway. As long as it's not going to cause you any pain, move forward with it and trust in yourself. Trust that the messages and the information that you receive, the desires, the dreams that you have that are placed in your heart are there for a reason. And they're there because they're achievable. They're there because it's meant for you. It's meant for you. And when you do this, when you start moving forward and trusting and living in your purpose, you start breaking generational curses. So whereby your previous ancestors may not have believed in themselves, or they only, they became stuck and they only went so far on their journey in terms of life because they didn't feel worthy enough, or they didn't feel, good enough, or certain obstacles that they felt as though they weren't able to overcome. It's showing up for you repetitively, asking you, are you ready? Are you ready to walk through this? Because it's here for you. You can break that cycle. So your affirmation is, the more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. I'll read it again. The more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. Okay? Spread that kindness, guys, for those that appreciate it, for those that are worthy, that have the energy that you're seeking. We don't want anybody draining your energy when you're on a path to success. Right, let's get some clarifying messages. Don't stand in your own way, guys. Let's see. Winds of fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails. Maneuver through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. Okay. So it's talking about you being flexible, being open-minded, and to a certain extent going with the flow, but having some sort of plan. Even if you don't have it all figured out, you have a direction that you want to go in and moving forward with that. And it's knowing the fact, again, you keep on getting, Spirit is on your side, the divine is on your side, and he sees everything that you're doing. And you've got here, listen to your intuition, that you've got blessings coming your way, you've got abundance, you've got abundance for your spirit card, you've got winds of fortune. So great things are on your path. You're leading to somewhere that you probably wouldn't even recognize that you're actually, that you thought was possible. But it is possible when you take that leap of faith, when you move forward with fear, knowing that fear is not going to kill you. It's there for transformation. It's there for you to acknowledge that I'm transforming. I'm moving into a different, different direction, and it's for my highest good. Again, guys, look, you got the adventure card here, and it's come out in this deck as well. So it says more adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity. Isn't that what I was just saying? Embrace it with curiosity. Letting each journey shape your path and your wisdom. Okay? So you have a lot of wisdom. You've learnt many lessons along the way that have taught you all about stuff about yourself, about the world, and how you perceive things as well. And it's asking you to use that moving forward. Use that inner guidance, the inner wisdom to move forward and have adventures. Don't let your experiences stop you from experiencing more in life, because you haven't experienced everything. And not everything is as you've experienced. There's a lot of good in the world. And you've learned from the experience, meaning that you're not going to make the same mistakes again, because you've got that knowledge now. I can make better choices, better decisions for myself. And the Spirit is asking you to live your life, have more adventures, see what you're made of. Shape the sculpture of self, honouring the perpetual act of forming and expressing your identity. So this is about you being your authentic self. By moving forward with your inner wisdom, moving forward with fear anyway, that you're showing up as your authentic self, speaking your truth and living your divine purpose. And not being afraid of being seen, being known, speaking your truth, whether it's at work, at home, in your hobbies, with your friends. And then you've got oceans of possibilities. A lot of water here flowing, guys. So it's a lot of these imagery has got water in it. So I feel as though I'm speaking to a collective that have got a lot of emotions, deep emotions, whether that's held with a lot of love to give. You've got a lot of love to give, but you haven't been giving it to the right people in your life. The right person hasn't come along for you to actually appreciate what it is that you have to offer. And Spirit is saying that is going to come. That is going to come. You need to think of it, take the steps forward, knowing the fact that good is coming your way, that you're not going to be receiving the old, that you're able to use your discernment in knowing that, no, that's a player, or that one's a user, X, Y, and Z, that's that situation. You're able to say, and cut that out before it even gets started, and actually, make room, keep the space open for that person that is meant to be for you. So oceans of possibilities. Navigate through the boundless ocean of possibilities where horizons whisper of untold opportunities and plentiful paths. Spirit is really, really encouraging you to listen to yourself, to believe that there's a better path for you in terms of what you've been used to, and that there's plenty of opportunities. And it's also coming to mind as well that, you know, sometimes as humans we get a bit jealous and envy of people that they're moving forward, that, you know, you see them succeeding or having a family, a partner, or that they're able to provide for themselves, or, you know, that these people around you have got their you know, crap together to a certain extent, and you're not feeling that within yourself. That Spirit is saying that just because other people are having those opportunities and it's succeeding doesn't mean that there's not room for you. There's room for everybody to have success, to have opportunities. It's just for you to see those opportunities and allow them to happen. And you probably will find as well that the more adventurous you are, the more open you are. In one of my readings as well, I think, was it the week before last, it's not about saying no to things in terms of opportunities. So if someone's asking you to go away for the weekend, or to go hiking, to do something out of the ordinary that you haven't actually done before, take it as a sign to see what opportunities come from that experience. What do you learn? What do you know, you might meet a person that will set you on your help you on your path, become a good friend. Who knows? One more for my collective spirit, one more. I can't believe in a sense of how many cards have come out in terms of opportunities. It's screaming that it's endless for you guys. All what you want is wanting you. Okay. You have free to move. So this lady is dancing here. So you might be a dancer or into dance, or like, you know, do dance classes or a dance teacher. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. Again, all about paths, guys. You have so many opportunities coming your way, and it's like, where do I go? Where do I go? Okay. So Spirit is saying, take the time out and reflect, because you have got reflection. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. And because that you are unique and you are loved by the divine, he is laying out all these different paths for you. And it's like, where do you want to go? Because ultimately, the divine knows where you want to go and where he sees you going. And they all lead to the same thing. So it doesn't matter what path you choose. As long as you keep on going, believing in yourself and taking that step forward, you're going to go where it is that you need to go. Okay, let's get a tarot card. Message for my community. What do they need to hear, Spirit? What do they need to hear? What is their card this week? And last shuffle. I've got the one upside down. I'm not going to take it in reverse. And funny enough, you've got the Page of Pentacles, which is about new opportunities, new paths coming your way. And this is about money as well. Pentacles are all about money, stability, and finances. So it's basically saying that your talent can shine, that there's money news coming your way, that you are on the right path, but keep on moving forward. Set realistic goals, okay? That there's good news coming, and have persistence. Have persistence and walk through with fear. Walk through with fear anyway, because it's all here. Feel the emotions. Don't let the emotions stop you. Okay, a lot of emotions, a lot of water here, water energy here, but it's saying move through that, knowing that you're going to be safe, that you're okay, that you are loved, and that you are guided. Your last message, I'm going to get a Bible verse for your last message, guys. Okay, so Spirit wants you to know to focus on your blessings. Okay, not to forget what blessings you currently have in your life, and the fact that because these opportunities are open to you, they are blessings. Be thankful for the blessings that are actually coming your way as well. So the scripture is, yes, you will be enriched in every way so that you can always be generous. So it's knowing the fact that you have abundance. You're already living an abundant life to a certain extent, more than others. Be thankful for your blessings. Be thankful for the blessings that are on their way. And also keeping in mind that you have enough to give for others. It doesn't mean financial sense, or it could just be charity work, or being a good friend, being there for somebody, giving good advice, knowing the fact that what you have inside you is enough to give others, that others will benefit from you. You are made of light, you are made of divine love, and you have a lot to give, to offer the world, and not to forget that, to keep on your path. Okay. I hope you liked your reading, guys. It was a pleasure. If you enjoyed and it resonated with you, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I hope to see you next week. It was a pleasure. Bye.